This looks like my audio settings are good. Alrighty, it's been a long time since I did a dev stream. To be honest, I've been pretty busy this summer. A little overwhelmed, but throughout that time I've been getting notifications on my phone every little while, like every few days or so. And I'm noticing that we're getting a few subscribers here and there, and that's despite me streaming or anything, so I just wanted to make a quick video. Initially, I want to make a quick video to just say thanks to all the new subscribers because it definitely means a lot. But I thought I might as well put together a semi-decent stream, so I've gathered together a list of tasks and things for a new character we're implementing into the game. And hopefully, there won't be too much wheel spinning and figuring things out. Oh, hey Julio, what's up? I'm just about to switch to my monitor. How's my audio, by the way? Alright, so let's try and get in here and play. Right, so here's the new character. Well, there's all three of them. Vance, Maya, and the new one here, Aile. Right now, I kind of configured the party so that she's the only one who goes into battle, because that's kind of what we're setting up here. I'll give you a quick demonstration. So we can go to the spawn point, and you can see it's similar to Maya's skill stances, but I mean, Aile is, working with the systems here. She doesn't have all her animations, so, for instance, if we move, she just slides, right? But she fits into the framework that we had previously fine, right? And when we fight, like, she fires her carbine. But I'll get out of that system right now. So let's take a look at where I left off. I was looking at, let's go to her folder here. Oh, it's in my other monitor. Give me 1 second. Okay, so basically, when her blueprint spawns, I'll pull that up too, because we're probably going to need it. She spawns and she already has the carbine, the Buster Carbine weapon equipped. If we go to the viewport, you can see it, right? So because she has it, we create a reference to her actual weapon, the actor of it. And from there, when we want to fire, we can, tell the carbine to fire through this event here. And then based on what the player has equipped, which module specifically, you get different kind of effects, right? So by default, it's red, right? So, I have this set up at inputs here, so we can do like a green, and it should, I don't know, I like the green one. It's pretty cool. I have my biases to like a green, but it works, is my point. And you can set that to, like, you can have neutral as well, but for the time being, I'm just grabbing the what the player has set in the equipment settings for Aile. There's also a section here where we customize the weapon, but we don't have all the meshes. Well, I haven't made any other meshes other than the proxy. The proxy we have here, right? But I mean, it has all the parts, so we have all of those elements to work with, which is pretty neat. So let me see here. The next thing on my task is to do the VFX for on hit. So we need to grab the particles. Not the particles, I guess the actual bullet. Right, so we spawn the actor, Buster Carbine projectile, let's find it. Here it is, in all its glory. There, beautiful, right? So let's go here, and we have our on-hit event. And we have impact VFX too, which is pretty neat. So we could, for the time being, we could even use some very simple particles before I can build or customize anything more fancy. And it might look better if we just change the settings to blue, I think, because I think the default particle I have is blue. But we can go to our projectile, and our impact VFX are here. So we type in impact. Here we have crash impact. So this should be a blue one, I believe. Let's see what this is. Oh, this is definitely not what I'm looking for. This is one of Maya's water skills. Better idea. Let's just look over here. There, crash blast. This is the one that might be adequate. Oh, but there's sparks as well. I think there's an even more general one. Really old particle. But it should work for our purposes. There we go. There we are. Explosion blue. It's actually just a colorized version of one of the default particle systems. So we can jump to our projectile, grab that, and let's just take a look at the parent function. Yeah, it calls the impact effects, so that should work fine. I just saw your comment, Julio. Yeah, she doesn't need use of her legs right now. Looks like we have to set it here on the child class as well. Let's try that again. I'm not certain actually if it's spawning. Projectile master. Buster carbine projectile. Yep, it's set here. And it's being called at the location. I'm going to do a test, and hopefully nothing crazy happens. So I'm going to grab one of the cooler effects I have here from the Unreal Marketplace. This way I'll kind of know for sure if these are hitting. These are pretty huge in scale. Oh, yep, it's definitely working. There's a sample. Sorry, so what you saw there, I left this out here a while from before while I was working pre-stream. It's kind of distracting, so we'll get rid of it. But it does show the system, and it should be working. But not working on our child class, which is interesting. So if I spawn emitter at location, get after location, dump that in there, it's already set. Time to do some troubleshooting. Whoops, jeez. It's the opposite of what I wanted to do. Yeah, so it's actually working fine from here. Impact sounds are playing. Lifespan is kind of short. Got 5. It works. That when responding from here on hit event, we call strike, enemy destroy. Maybe that's why. These are all correct. To destroy. Yeah, it's definitely playing. So, let's check our collision settings. It's on custom, no physics collision, that's fine. Oh, that should work. Let me see. It's the quickest way I can get a bit closer. It's just hard to read with the lighting in the scene currently. Let's go to the game instance and grab our party positions, and let's just clear this. Let's throw Maya in the party as well and find out why. Okay, so it definitely works when she does it, which is weird. Let's jump to her battle mode character and find that skill. Skill execute, stream, here it is. Yeah, so we're spawning this actor. It's this one, right? Stream level 1, not that one. This one. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, let's find that one. Okay. And the spawn emitter, explosion blue. I guess you have to check for hit and impact point as a location. Okay. Well, I guess that's what we gotta do. Maybe that'll work. Let's try it out. Oh shoot, on hit, because I'm overriding it. We have it open here, on hit. Okay. So what? Hit result structure. Okay, so let's see if I can pass this through, because I haven't, unlike on Maya's projectile, I don't have it like set up through a function. So let's see if we can like hit result. Yeah, looks like that's fine. Let's call this hit in. Jump back to here, hook this up. Oh, looks like that'll work. And then we can go to the child class, and we have our pin, and we can break this. Oh, yeah, we want to... Was that necessary for this? No. Well, actually, maybe. Yeah, the sound can be there, probably. Or I guess not. Let's break it here instead. And we're gonna get impact point. So many windows, gotta close some of them soon. Impact normal. Impact point. And now, I think they'll work a bit better. So let's close those two here. Well, I hope I don't need them. Alright, so, well, whatever, let's just... Doesn't look like it's firing still. I'm not getting why. This isn't working. One last check. Scale, auto destroy, that's all correct. Very strange. I don't know why that's not working. I'm gonna have to figure it out off stream because I feel like this isn't that fun for anyone. I have to just mark it down here in my booklet. Alrighty, so the next thing I wanted to do was add a little bit of, basically bring this prop of hers to life. I mean, like I mentioned, although this is the bullet, if we go to the carbine, all this stuff is proxy, but all the elements are there and they can be replaced fine. So what I wanted to do was add I want to see if I could add a rotating movement to a component. Right, so we have a rotating movement, and can I add it to the component is on a scene component and cannot be attached. Oh, yeah, it would be, if this was a child actor, we could do it. I don't want to make it a child actor. I quite like having it as a static mesh. So there are a few ways to do this. We could use a function on a timer that will just rotate the model a little bit each way, but I don't really like that idea all that much. Let's do a quick test here. Sure, save the out-of-date packages. Okay, let's delete that. Let's come to the Buster Carbine here, and let's make a new actor real quick. Just something, we'll call it Test Barrel. I'll call it, it'll be, we'll see. We'll see if we keep this or not, but test module. And I'm going to grab a static mesh component. Module mesh. And we're going to grab the carbine module. Cool, there it is. And we can apply a rotating movement to this actor. So let's run over to our stage here and place this module. Sure. This kind of at head level. Yep. Okay, so the actor's rotating as it should. Not on the axis it's supposed to at all. But it'll definitely seems like it'll rotate fine. It's kind of easy to change that. We just have to adjust this to, I think this should be on the y-axis. Is that right? Yeah, y-axis looks correct. So yeah, it's rotating. Neat. Because when this gun fires, we want that to be spinning, like it's charging up, if you can imagine. I guess let's add a child actor, and I'll call it module. Sure, let's call it module. And we actually want it to be a child of the stock half. And well, we can use these values to align it, which is useful. Oh, it's already aligned, right? Neat. Okay, so let's go to our proxy object and let's just hidden in game and make it invisible for us. Okay, and we look at module and it's located there, but we need to grab our a underscore module. Okay, so here it is. Now, if we run over to module, we should be able to let's just bump up that speed like to a really cool amount and see how that looks. And run into battle. Oh, we should really get rid of Maya, seeing as how we're not working. Cool. So look, it's like she's charging up right as she fires. It's still a bit slow, but it's definitely working. so the next test I want to do is to grab the rotating movement. Maybe it'll be a event or a function. I think it's fine if it's an event. I will call this spin speed. Maybe set spin speed. That's better. Alright, so grab our rotating movement, and we should be able to get the rotation rate. So I think this will work fine. Let's break this. Or, sorry, not break, let's make it. Because we're working backwards, and the pitch is what we want. And now, I believe, from the Buster Carbine, we can set this now, I think. Let's set it to 0, because now we have a direct controller for it. Oh yeah, Julio. She is shooting some kind of special ammo. Right now, she is shooting, we can actually see, if we go to our character data, she's shooting normal shells. So maybe it's not that special. But we have some special ones planned, right? But right now it's just set to normal. And the coloration comes from the different parts of her gun. Like as a player, you know, it's kind of, she's not too skill based, she's more item based. So not to say that she won't have any skills at all, or a skill tree, but it'll be far less complex than Vance and Maya's. But the progression of her throughout the game will be via her gun and the different parts, right, and the different ammo and those combinations. Okay, so let's go to here. So we have carbine fire. So now we should be able to grab this module, and basically there's a weird roundabout way to grab the model from the child actor. I think you have to get owner, and then cast to it. Here's how: get child component, then get owner, and then cast to it. It's kind of a lot, but that's the path. That's the path that it takes. Let's move this around just so it makes more sense to me. Kind of like a hierarchy of related actors. Okay, so there's only one child of the child class, so 0, get owner, and we can cast to a module. Yes. And now that should be successful at this point. But what we want to do is call that event spin speed. And let's just throw this up here. And we want to set the spin speed to, I don't know, let's do something crazy, 1500, right? And then afterwards we come through and, whoops, not on gun setup, on fire. That's where we want it. So it's not moving, and then it does move, is the idea. There's one other thing I want to do. I'm just going to cheat a little bit and copy paste this event and call it stop spin. We don't need target enemy input. All we have to do is copy this, connect this pin up here. This is such an ugly blueprint right now, but I'll rearrange it off stream. Let's set this to 0. So once she's done shooting, she can stop spinning, right? That's the plan. But where do we call this, right? We haven't made, well, we've made the function, we made the event, but we haven't called it anywhere. So let's go to Aile here, and see her command attack. Here's where it all happens. So we have our temporary reload, so it's going to happen before then. So probably It's going to be a bit jarring. I can adjust the speeds later, but, you know, let's put a little pause in between for now. So let's get Buster Carbine reference, the one I make the reference to on begin play, and then we can stop spin. Cool. So now this should work. I think I'll save all because I haven't done that in a little while. And hopefully the source control doesn't take too long. Looks like it's good. Okay. Let's hop back in. Oh, I should delete that. It's going to get annoying. I'm going to keep forgetting. Oh, there. We'll put her over on the red tile. Right, so. Actually. Oops. That's secret stuff over there. Let's get rid of this. And I want to change the lighting a little bit so we can better see the barrel. Is this lighting better? I can't say, actually. Let's just see if it spins. Oh yeah! How neat! Right? So it's working. That's exactly what I want. Super satisfied with that. It's a little sudden, the start-stop, right? And obviously you want some effects and sound cues to like pump it up. But mechanically, the pieces are working. And the reason I want to do it this way is because it'll be easier to do the smooth start-stop if we can directly control the spin speed. Where are we? Here's the order. If we can control the spin speed like this, or just like this, rather than having to do it through, like, I don't know, I had an alternate plan where you could have an event set onto a timer, and we can start and stop the timer, because you can call timer, or timer by name, Yeah, you could set timer by function name, and then you could clear it and pause it. Well, you might mainly just set and clear, but you could use this and then call a function. Like, let's say, I don't know, spin, start, and this function could just like slightly rotate the relative rotation. But I think this is a better solution, especially for those smooth start and stops. So on the Buster Carbine, I actually want to comment this. Make a smooth start/finish. And I make it the dark shade so I know it's stuff to fix. Okay, so I'm gonna compile and save here and check my notes. What is next? Oh, right. So, on the HUD, on Aile's HUD, let's find it. So we have our battle mode, battle card. There it is. We have these ammo counters, right? For her, it's here, and here, right? And then the magazine goes up in a fun way. I want to animate this a little bit. I want to add like a little bit of, I think, scale, or I guess size increase when the numbers are changing. We should really get rid of Maya from the party, right? So you can watch it. Right now she has four ammo in her again, right? So she can shoot, right? So I want to have a very subtle animation here is what I was thinking. But maybe it's not necessary. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, there's another gauge here for her gun. Basically, there's like an undermount weapon she uses to provide support fire, like healing. So, you know, it's kind of like the idea of a grenade launcher, but instead, it provides support um, to friendly party members. But at the moment, I'm just sort of figuring out this, the carbine, the offensive part of it. And it works. I mean, we're killing enemies with it. It's cool. You know what? I'm not going to animate the HUD. I mean, upon thinking on it, I don't think it's a good idea because no one else is animating that way. It's going to be like a bit awkward, I think. Let me look at this. Okay, so on fire. I have to add a light to this gun. It's checking all my to-dos. Wow, that's super bright. So yeah, we want a flash, right? As the energy is kind of like leaving the barrel. Do we want to suggest that? So we don't need anything that huge, right? I think this is plenty. It's like 50 to be honest, and source can be. Oh no, source will have to be super small, actually. But the intensity maybe not that bright. Or like 5,000 is pretty absurd. It's like a sun. Yeah, that looks bright already. Look at that thing. So bright. So let's attach this to the charger. That's the parent, or that's the one in charge. Right? Yeah. Okay. So it's normally actually gonna be off. And let's call this I don't know, fire flash. So let's do a quick double check. Whoa, hold on, you know what? Let's get Maya out of the party. I know she's important, but not right now. Right now it's a one-player quest for Aile. Yeah, the light's off, perfect. Jumping back over here. We just have to grab our God, spin speed. It's such a mess. We'll fix it. I'll fix it later. So right on carbine fire. It's actually, it just occurred to me this has to be set up in a different way, but for the purpose of like our demonstration, I mean, you guys saw it works fine. But right here, I'm going to. We're gonna have to call this off of a sequence, I think. So immediately, all these things happen because we're gonna have to grab fire flash, set visibility, and then delay. But I don't want that delay to impact this chain of events, right? Then I, toggle it. So it's gonna be new, and it's gonna be off afterwards. So something like this. Flash toggle fire flash. Oh, wrong time. Yep, just hook those up. That should be cool. That might be a bit long. We'll see how it feels. Because we can see the rate of fire as called on the character blueprint is 2-2. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. We actually want to set the, because we control the color here. We actually want to set our light. Set color. We'll do a select. And we'll grab our carbine module. Yeah, we'll hook it back up, so it'll be defaulting back to red. Because red's the only one that's actually hooked up over here. And these colors might be a bit harsh. Like, what's a 1-1? How does that look? Let's see. Visibility, light color. Oh, it's definitely right. You probably want to. We'll try 0.8. I mean, you know what? It's actually fine as a solid. It'll have to be adjusted once materials are applied, anyways, to get a proper result. Right now, it's just untextured, so we can just have fun with these like extreme solids. Whoops. And just have a very colorful toy gun here for a while. Whoops. Yep, we want that off to start. That was my bad. It looks cool, but like I thought, it's a bit too long. That looks fine, actually. Let me just mark these. Well, looks like I've come to the end of my list. It's kind of a short one this time, and I don't like that hiccup I had earlier. My apologies for that. It should be straightforward. There must be a conflict somewhere in the projectile blueprint here. So I'll have to figure out what is exactly going on with that off stream. Anyways, I think that brings this one to a close. Thanks for watching. And again, to all the people who subscribed recently while I wasn't posting anything, thanks thanks a lot, man. My heart goes out to all you guys. It's awesome. Anyways, um, I'll see you soon. I think, given the way my schedule's looking, the busy part of summer's over with all the family obligations. I'll be back to streaming on a much more regular basis. Anyways, see ya.